So today we're gonna learn about the overview of a skeletal muscle. What is a skeletal muscle? Is the question. So the skeletal muscle is a group of muscle that are in a close association with the human bone. Second, they are in a voluntary control of a human body. In the sense, they are voluntary control of human sensory nerves. So they have striated or cross band like appearances in the body, in the muscle fiber itself. The structure which is marked over here is a skeletal muscle, that is a biceps brachii. All the necessary points are dealt with the biceps brachii in this part. So this will be the tendon, which will tough cord of connective tissue, and the region over here is called as radial tuberosity, where the tendon of a biceps brachii is attached, and this region will be superior gluteal margin, where the origin of a biceps brachii muscle is formed. So let us study about the topics to be studied in the skeletal muscle. So there is muscle mass, muscle fiber, myofibril, the myofilaments, and the sarcomere. Let us briefly define the muscle mass. So what is muscle mass? Muscle mass is nothing but the group of the muscle fiber, or we can say as muscle cell. Okay, then what is muscle mass? Muscle mass is just a muscle tissue. We can say it as example of a biceps or triceps or coracobrachialis. They are kind of examples of a muscles. Then the muscles are separated with the help of a tough connective tissue layer, which is called as fascia. A tough connective tissue layer, or we can say it as a membrane. So if we dissect the skeletal muscle in the horizontal section and see through in the front, the muscle which will appear and the structure that is going to appear in the part will be seen like this. Now this is the cross section of the skeletal muscle. The skeletal muscle are grouped by different structure to form a whole muscle tissue or muscle mass, as we say. This is myofibrils, the smallest form which are present in the muscle fiber. The group of myofibrils, as we say, forms the muscle fiber or muscle cell. The group of muscle fiber itself form the muscle bundle. Which is shown over here. All the groups of muscle fibers form the muscle bundle, or we can also say it as muscle fasciculi. Some of the characteristic features are the muscle fasciculi are formed by, as we say, the group of my muscle fibers, and they have arteries and veins innervation that supplies the muscle cells in micro arteries and micro venules or veins and capillaries, and they have connective tissue around them. So let us see the structures that covers the skeletal muscle. Here it is epimysium. Epimysium is a thin connective tissue that covers the skeletal muscle, covers the muscle entirely. The next region will be perimysium, that covers the inner muscle, or we can say as inner fascicules. And the another one is endomysium, that covers entirely the muscle fibers present in the each fasciculi. Now we'll study about the muscle fiber or muscle cell. The muscle cell or muscle fiber is called a cell because of its long and slender appearance. Muscle fibers run along the muscle fasciculi in the longitudinal fashion and a parallel ways to form the bundles. This structure over here is called nuclei of muscle. These are the cross band over here, or we can call it as segments. So the muscles are made up of long thin filaments which are called as the myofibrils, as we say. They are present in the sarcolemma of the muscle fiber. Next, the plasma membrane of the muscle fiber, it is called as sarcolemma. It has the invagination of T tubules into it. The nuclei of a muscle cell is multinucleated. So it forms the syncytium. So what are the contents of sarcolemma or the plasma membrane of myofibril or muscle cell? The myofibrils are present in the muscle cells, and also the mitochondria, the Golgi apparatus. It is multinucleated with more number of nuclei. The neuromuscular junction formation happens in the sarcolemma with the motoneuron, and there is sarcoplasmic reticulum on the sarcolemma, which forms the L tubules or longitudinal tubules. The sarcolemma conducts the action potential. So the sarcolemma conducts the action potential through T tubules to sarcoplasmic reticulum, which is L tubule. The sarcoplasmic reticulum is nothing but an endoplasmic reticulum of the muscle fiber. So sarcoplasmic reticulum along with Golgi complex forms the proteins that are necessary for the muscle contraction. From L tubule, there is a storage of a calcium inside the sarcoplasmic reticulum. So when the action potential is applied, after the action potential strikes, it releases the calcium ions that is present in the sarcoplasmic reticulum. After that, the calcium goes and attaches to the troponin C site, which forms the initiation of contraction relaxation coupling that we will study in the coming videos. Now, this part of the muscle fiber is taken into consideration, and it is seen in the light microscopic studies. Then the structure which we want to study in detail will be seen like this over here. This will be the muscle fibers, and the myofibril we're gonna study over here. The muscle fiber is also called as muscle cell. As we all know, due to the long and slender appearance of the muscle cell, it is called as muscle fiber. This whole structure is one of the cross section of the muscle fiber. Which is seen over here. It is the light microscopic studied structure categorizing all the microstructures in the muscle fibers, so as we can get the minor detail of the all the structures. So this is sarcolemma, which is plasma membrane. It consists of myofibrils. So what are myofibrils? Myofibrils are long filamentous structures that runs along with the muscle fiber. They form the myofilaments. The myofibrils forms myofilaments with the help of the polarizing studies, means the study of optical activity. The myofilaments are two types that we have shown over here, that is actin and myosin. Myofilaments form the striated appearance. Striated means the bands like segmented appearance of the myofibrils in the microscopic studies. So the bands are formed due to the optical activity of the muscle proteins which are present in the myofibrils. So they are form two bands. One of the band is the I band, or we can call it as isotropic band or light band, and another band is A band, which is also called as anisotropic band or dark band. So here I is I band, that is isotropic band based on the light studies of myofibrils, and A is anisotropic band, that is clearly seen over here. Now we'll study the important structure. The structure over here is actin filament, and this is the myosin filament. It is a thick band or thick filament. The line which dissects the myosin filament is M line, that is present in the head zone. The zigzag line is Z line over here. The region which is covering over here is I band, that is isotropic band or light band, and the another region that is present over here is the dark band or A band, which is called as an anisotropic band. And the one band in which the myosin filament overlaps the actin filament is called O band. The only region where the overlapping happen is called as O band, and the region from one Z line to another Z line is called sarcomere, as shown. And now the all band forms changes the length during the contraction and relaxation coupling. So some of the examples are A band length during the contraction decreases, and the I band length also decreases. H zone, that is present over here, the length decreases. O band length increases in this case. And yes, what is sarcomere now? The sarcomere is structural and the functional unit of contraction, or we can also say as the contraction or contractile unit of human body. So now the region which is shown over here, which is formed between two Z line, we are gonna see that in the deep microscopic study or in electron microscopic study, and the structure which is formed here will be sarcomere. The sarcomere is the unit of contraction, as we say, or contractile unit of skeletal system. This region or the structure present is Z line. The another one will be a Z line, and the region between them is called as sarcomere or unit of contraction, as we say. The beaded helix-like structure over here is called as actin filament, and this beaded nodulated structure is called as the myosin filament, or a thick filament in this case. Now this is called as M line, which is present in between the head zone or Henson zone. This is titin protein, that is associated protein during the contraction. This is a myosin head, as we say, the beaded structure, that is a light meromyosin. Now during contraction or during muscle contraction of a skeletal muscle, the cross bridge takes place in between the myosin head and the actin, which are shown over here, and the actin, and the contraction happens. The myosin sends the actin towards this side and another this side towards the head zone, which is shown over here. And now the myosin is attached to the actin on myosin attaching side, that is troponin I site. When the calcium pumps in, it unmasks the tropomyosin site and attaches to the troponin I site to show the contraction. So this will be our actin and myosin individual filaments. While defining some terms of the actin filament and myosin filament, actin is a helix form of a filament, or we can say helix structure. These are formed by G-actin or globular actin. In the helix form, it forms the F-actin. This region is a troponin C or a calcium binding site. There are three types of troponin. We'll study the troponin proteins in the next videos. So this will be the tropomyosin, or a filamentous structure that goes along the helix of the troponin. The tropomyosin, which is mask the binding site of the myosin. This black colored pointed structure is the myosin binding site, which is masked by tropomyosin. The myosin protein that is present over here is myosin type 2. We will deal with the proteins in next chapter. So this will be the myosin filament. The region over here is the light meromyosin, that is myosin tail, and this region over here which you see is heavy meromyosin. It is also called as myosin head. The region which is present in the myosin head is ATP binding site, and these two regions are the actin binding site. So now one myosin filament is surrounded by cis actin filaments. The structure which you see over here, that This will be the myosin, and this small beaded structures are actin. So one myosin filament is surrounded by 6 actin filaments. Hey guys, thank you for watching the video. Also follow us on Instagram and visit our website brainwiz.net to access all the tutorials.